What's up, gamers, and welcome to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden Show 158. And I went headband mode tonight because LeBron brought the headband back, but I don't own a headband, so I put a sock on my head. That's all that's up with that. Great show planned for you guys tonight. Lots going on. We've got new MUT items to check out, bunch of tips. We're in practice mode. We're on Ultimate Team. We're on Xbox. We're on PS4. We've got a bunch to get to. Appreciate all you guys stopping by the chat right now. We've got the regulars in the house. We got Hold Fast Hope, Jazz Fan, Wolfman's made an appearance, Steven, Subhype. What's going on? So what we're going to do tonight is look at the brand new CJ2K. Let's actually jump into gameplay and check that out. Nice casual show tonight. We do have some mailbag questions, and we'll also be taking questions from you guys here in the chat. So first things first, we will take a look over on Xbox. This is the new squad, guys. We updated the squad to reflect some changes in the game. We picked up this Chris Johnson. So obviously Bo Jackson, the fastest back in the game for a long time, the biggest, the strongest, but now you've got the most elusive back in the game, basically, with some of the best speed. So we're going to test that out, see if that acceleration really does feel like the 101, or if it's not worth going for. So that's what we've got happening on Xbox. On PS4, we are in practice mode right now, and we'll actually be taking a look at some new plays. So on our streams, which take place on this channel, if you want to give it a follow, we checked out the Bears playbook. They've got a hidden formation within a formation, the single back wide trips bear, and it's actually an under center formation where the quarterback's right up next to the center, but there's nobody in the backfield. It's empty. So we talked about that a little bit. But the Redskins have some unique hidden formations as well, and it got me thinking. Just going to take a look at their split close and see if we can mimic, a couple things we like to do in other playbooks, and then see what perks we would get by switching to that. So that's something else that we're going to take a look at. We're going to talk about my O-line changes. The Velda here is getting some attention and some different things, so that's what we're going to be actually eyeing tonight on the show. But a couple things I want to get to before as things come along. Once again, reminder, you can send over your questions on Twitter for This Week in Madden, and I'll break them down. We do have a bunch happening tonight. So first thing I want to look at is the offensive line, guys. So I sold a good amount of items. I earned a bunch of coins, so like guys that I had bought with coin, T.Y. Hilton, had to go. I had made that Kevin White, he had to go for right now. I'm going to buy a new slot. I think I'm interested in the Victor Cruz. I know he's not as good on paper as those items, but I want the salsa dance on my team. So first things we're going to look at, though, is the new offensive line. So I made a couple upgrades to my line. At left tackle, we replaced 91 Andrew Whitworth, who is, for 10,000 coins, the best budget lineman in the game, hands down. We pick up Velda here, who's a little bit bigger, which is nearly impossible. He's stronger, better pass block, better impact block. However, he does not have the run block. But guys, I have a couple questions about run block, and I'm not certain, and I want to know if what you think is true. Obviously, the way I play, I run the ball to the left an extreme amount. So I run the ball to the left a ton. And the run I use is the misdirection, right? And the misdirection kind of causes an auto block shed. And so when you have the auto block shed, how much does that factor in the run blocking? Because I feel that the run block goes against the block shed. And so when those two meet on like a halfback dive, straight forward run, you might get a block shed, you might not get a block shed. But we're earning this inside block shed on misdirection, so is the run block really factoring in, or is it not factoring in? Obviously, if I'm in the gun split close and I want to run off the left edge, then Velda here's edge blocking, 92, is going to hurt me. But can I get away with it for his other statistics, where he's not going to get pushed back, hopefully? So that's kind of what I'm thinking, and that's the reason for putting Velda here at left tackle. Iapati, same thing. At left guard, we had Clint Bowling. He wasn't very strong. He was pretty balanced. Obviously, you lose some pass blocks, so we're going to have to monitor that, but the impact block is there. Speed's not great. Excel's good, though, and I think he's going to hopefully, on those 0-1 traps, pancake some people. So we're going to test him. Obviously, I'd like to get a good pass blocking backup, just in case things don't work out quite like I expected. But overall, you got to like what he brings to the table. At the center position, we're either going to go Nick Mangold for about 100K or get somebody who's inexpensive. I forget who, though, at this moment. At right guard, Zach Martin is the new player that we picked up. We got rid of Joel Batonio, who I probably say his name wrong all the time. Just real good balance across all categories. And there is another option at that position. It's a specific edition of Larry Allen, but we're not quite there yet. At right tackle, we almost upgraded from the Vollmer. Once again, I forget who we looked at instead of the Vollmer. I don't believe it was the Legend. It might have been, I'm going to have to check Mudhead, but the Vollmer overall, the overwhelming option. The other option we looked at had too much deficiency at pass block, and so that's why we did not go with it. I do like Pouncey at center, according to Brad and Strawberry Thunder. He was the other option, if not the Mangold. He's still up there in the 50K range, though. There was obviously these two guys in the 15K, 10K range are really good as well. So, you know, I'd love to get some of these 300K linemen, but that's just not time right now. So I hope that offensive line breakdown, once again, we're going to test some of these new guys, worked out for you. So that's what we've got going on here. On the defensive side of the ball, we added a couple pieces, guys. If you've been watching the streams, and I appreciate if you have been tuning in to the twitch.tv/Madden Tips channel, give it a follow. We do go live quite a bit during the week. Let me give you that. So follow that stream below. But we changed up and we put Taylor Mays back in at strong safety. Guys, I do like using this Ed Reed. I think using this Ed Reed gives you, some really nice ability to get all over the field because he is so fast. However, I just think part of the time you're risking too much to really, those plays downfield with the bigger receiver, it can really hurt you. So we had to put Taylor Mays back into the lineup, and I feel that he's going to be able to make some of those bigger plays as a user. We're going to get his value in the game. Eric Weddle, guys, just wasn't getting the job done, as you saw on stream. We moved Pat Willis to the middle, and then you'll see Jack Lambert comes in for the week. So Jack Lambert right now is going to have to be the guy to fill in. We want to test him out. I think he's very slow, but he's 6'4". He's got 88 strength, 97 play rec. Let's give him a shot to make a play. I'd love to pick up Lawrence Taylor, but he's just not in the cards right now, as they say. So we did get some help at the CB position, guys. These are two guys we're going to test out. Once again, they're not the 24 hours, but they're still pretty solid. I've heard really good things about Dion, so I'm dying to test these two out. I think it's going to change the way I play defense, add a lot of man-to-man. So that's what I'm thinking. I have used 99 Shermans before, not this edition, but they've been good and bad. Obviously, his 94 version, guys, was gangbusters for me. He was hit or miss, and there was some misses in there, but overall there was a lot of great plays with that Sherman. So that's what we're thinking. Where our team is right now. So with that, guys, let's jump in now that everyone's coming to watch the show. We got a little lineup update right there. Hope that helps. Once again, if you have questions, make sure to send them over. It always helps me to kind of talk through things and hopefully be able to break them down. So a Relic's in the house. We've also got some questions in the mailbag. We'll start with those, then we'll go to your Twitter questions after this. So let's see if we can find the first question of the night. This is a good one from Jameson here. He wants to know, who is the best NFL draft value player? So first things first, let's jump in and talk about those NFL draft players. We obviously had a big event last week. Just want to say thank you to all you guys that came by the stream on twitch.tv/EA Sports. It was a pleasure. We got to go down to Orlando, meet up with Airwolf, meet up with S. Gibbs, head into the studio, watch the draft on one TV, watch Madden on the other TV, show off some of that new content, see that Jameis Winston face scan first as it came into game. So that wouldn't be possible without you guys in the community. So I wanted to just take a second to say thank you to all of you. I know S. Gibbs really appreciated your guys' support. We were seeing everybody in the chat that showed up. Uncle Momo was chatting in the chat. And there's just no possible way it could happen without you guys, and that's something that, you know, hopefully can keep growing in the future. So if you haven't followed the twitch.tv/EA Sports channel, check that out too. But let's go into the program. We're going to go to the draft, and I've found some really good options. I'm going to give you an option on offense and then an option on defense. So for the offensive side of the ball, once again, we're going to sort by the 90 to 95. We're going to go quality. So let's get and do that. All right, so back to the question real quick now that we're here. Who is the best NFL draft value player? So if you're going to spend those coins on those new draft guys that came out, who should you go with? We'll talk about that right here. So on offense, I think the guy you got to look at is not Amari Cooper, although I'm a big fan of Amari Cooper's catching traffic and speed. I think his speed and his height, I understand he could play definitely a role in the slot, but for 80K, I'm just not all over him. I think T.Y. Hilton gets his job done for a little bit less. I know Jerry Rice I've used, who has 100 catching traffic. I'm reflecting on paper here, 100 catching traffic for both these guys. There's still some drops. So while that 100 is great to see on the card, I don't always go for it. So that's a receiver. I would go with the Kevin White. I think he's the best balance. The left tackle I like is Eric Flowers, and not just because he went to the New York Giants. It's because that 100 strength, 97 pass block, 90 impact is one of the best balances and values in the game for 56K. I really like this option. I think he can be a good receiver for you. So there's one other player, and we'll find him really quick here. I've used Marcus Mariota. We actually gave one away on our last stream, so make sure to follow during the week. That's a shout out to MP Vaholic. I bet he's not a 90. So Perryman here is kind of the opposite of the Cooper. He's a little faster, 1 inch bigger. I want to say he was 2 inches taller, but he's 6'2", 99 speed, 94 catching traffic. I got burnt deep by him. So if you're looking for a pure slot speed guy, he's less than the T.Y. Hilton for very similar stats, much more height, and he can be a great option to spread the field for you, as Brad in the chat mentioned. Let's go real quick, though, and find White. I believe White is actually going to be a 95 overall, not the 94, so we got to just jump the quality up. And as we look at White here, you'll see he is going for 80,000 coins. And once again, 6'3", so he's taller than Hilton, better catching traffic, the speeds to match. He's a blend of the Cooper, but a little bit more height. I think this is the guy I want on the squad. I'm thinking about buying him for, you know, my position. He's better than the Madden 25 Victor Cruz. He doesn't salsa in the end zone, so that's kind of stinks. But, you know, what can you really do? He's probably going to be the guy we're going to add to the squad when we go into game. From here, another card that I'm a big fan of defensively for these NFL draft items, and I think everyone needs to take a look at, is, let's find him here, cornerback. Sounds like the mayor of Sacramento, also the point guard for the Phoenix Suns, but he is not. Kevin Johnson, 95 overall, CB. He is 6 feet tall, 94 speed, 95 zone. 90 play rec is huge, guys, and his man coverage is a 98. If we compare him to the mystery D'Angelo Hall, who's also a 95, you're going to see the speed's 3 lower, but the agility's better, man coverage is better, and the play rec is better. So, you know, I think D'Angelo Hall's still going for a pretty penny, from what I recall, but the Johnson's going to be right in the same range, so don't pony up the big coins if you don't have to. I think he's going to be better than the Chris Harris for you, and I think overall, you want to go that direction. So those are the guys I would recommend checking out. I think Trey Waynes is not even going to be as good as the Johnson. He's a little faster, but the play rec's much lower, guys, and I value that too much. So, you could work on him, but I think you get the same value from the Johnson. So that is my recommendations for the draft action. Hot Sticks has used the Johnson. He thinks he's pretty legit, and that's where we're at with that question. So I'm a big fan, travesty, of the new Charles Tillman as well, guys. So once again, we're going to take a sidebar real quick. Reminder that we're here on twitch.tv/Madden Tips. We've got the Madden cover vote, New York Giant helmet in the crowd. We're taking your questions in the chat. Come on over. We've got a question by Bird Eye about Amir Abdullah. We're going to take a look at that. And then also, we've got a question about the new Peanut Tillman from Travesty. And so we're going to jump back into game and just talk about that. But I just want you to know that we're having a conversation. We're taking our time. We got tips coming up in game. We're in Ultimate Team. We're hanging out. Come on and hang out. And we've got another question from D-Stew. So let's keep rolling through here. I would not replace Johnson with the 94 Cromartie. I still think the 94 Cromartie's the guy. But that is... So once again, guys, quick tip. You can reset L3, reset all the filters. And then we're going to go with Patty Cake Tillman. Once again, this item, early in Ultimate Team, he had this 86. And this 86, guys, had the 88 play rec, which is super high. He's got good tackle. He's strong, good zone coverage. 6'2". So this item at the start of the year was a winner. Although it was always pretty expensive, even though it was only 86, it was always pretty pricey. But now if you go to the buy now price, you can see it costs nothing. So if you're just starting, you've got the Cromartie, Dominique Rodgers Cromartie 82s, 83s, and then you want to get the Tillman. This new Tillman is 95 overall. He's going in a little bit higher range, but he's faster, better zone, even better play rec, 6'2". And I just think if you are still having trouble finding a CB and you're looking at that kind of second tier range, why not give this guy a shot? I mean, the strength is a 76. I think you really got to enjoy that off the edge. Maybe throw this guy in your run stuffing sets. He's got the 94 pursuit, 92 play rec, and 84 spec catch. 87 hit power at CB, guys, 98 press. So, this Tillman, I'm with Brad. He could get burnt. I don't personally press, but if that's your scheme and that's where you like to get up in the face, that's where we have. So, I don't think it's a bad little option for, a guy whose team is right in the area. So, don't forget about that. I'm going to go here with a little bit of questions, some more questions from the community. Let's take a look at the next question in the mailbag. Just reading the chat. This one is from BCake612. BCake wants to know, what do you think about the Madden cover? So let's talk real quick about the Madden cover. If you haven't seen it yet, you go into sets. You'll actually press LB twice. That will get you to the promo. Pat Peterson is the first guy. You've got Odell Beckham Jr. from the New York Football Giants. You've got Roberto Gronkowski and then Antonio Brown. So 4 candidates this year. I thought they might do 16 with Madden 16, but they went with this. If you guys followed them on Periscope, then they were with Odell Beckham and Pat Pete the other day. Must have been, I guess it was related. When you go into the set, what you'll see is these Madden cover vote items. You actually got one when you logged in the first time, and then there's solo challenges you can play to actually get the items. So if you go over to solos, you'll see that the weekly solos right now are indeed the challenges. We played one on the stream the other day, demolished the computer. They're all pro difficulty. The rewards do ramp up though. And then when you do cast a vote, you get a 500 coin bonus. So if we rock that, we would get the ticket. We'd come back, head on over to the sets, and we could vote. So Overall, I've been asking people kind of what their take is on it, just who they think will win. I do think Odell Beckham, that's who I would like to see win, so I want to see Odell Beckham, helmet, win. However, I think Gronk has a really good chance. My only thought is maybe with the new report, even though it had nothing to do with Gronk or anything about the NFL, who knows? But I think Antonio Brown, excellent player. Been having him in fantasy for years. Pat Pete, obviously a stud and a great Madden player. He won Madden Bowl, so he was cool out there. But I think these are the two guys, and that's not just because I'm East Coast. I just think that these are, you know, the big dogs if you have to. You know, he's the hot newcomer who is, you know, blowing up the scene with his catch, and everyone's buying his jersey in the biggest media market in the world. And then you've got Gronk, who's just been everywhere, won the Super Bowl, been doing it for years. He's been in the cover vote before, and that's where I'm at. I would have loved to have seen JJ Watt be in the cover vote, but obviously not an option. So, or I don't know if it's not obviously not an option, but obviously not. He's not in it. So that's where we're at right now. All right, let's keep jumping through these questions in the mailbag. I will be taking time to pause and read Twitter and also read the chat. CJ2K or Mario Williams monsters from the Combine. Let's talk about that real quick and see what you guys think here on TWIM 158. Well, let's see. So the Mario Williams, I have not. I've seen his stats. I don't know his costs quite yet, but let's see what we've got. I will say I was kind of disappointed by this Greg Robinson item. Overall, I just think at 97, his strength I think is only a 93 or something's only a 93. The Combine guys have been excellent, right? The Combine guys have been guys I've used, whether it's Vernon or have not used Von Miller, but I do want to get one. Poe I've recommended. Clowney's been good. RG3 is super popular. Mays is great. McFadden's good. So I just think the Robinson at right tackle, his base card was in my lineup for years, and he was very strong. But now I'm not seeing that reflected in his Combine. Maybe at guard he's not considered as strong. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but you've got the 99 Mario, which we'll go find a version, and then you've got the Combine CJ2K. So let's go take a look. We've got the Combine CJ2K in the lineup. Mario Williams is a player at right end. His Team of the Year 95 is outstanding. So I can't imagine his 99 version not being a pretty good player, but it doesn't always work out that way. So, sometimes things just get, I was looking actually at Julius Peppers today. So there's the Football Outsiders linebacker Peppers, and then there's the right end Peppers. So it's like which Peppers is the guy? He's 275, 89 speed. Is he an end? He is a left end. So I think you just get more value at the outside linebacker position. What I really like is he's 6'6". 100 Excel is no joke. Block shed and strength are okay. 90 player X good. If we compare him with, let's say, Bruce Smith, I know not everybody's got the Bruce, but I think this JJ holds up against the run a little bit better. Obviously, different types of moves. So I do think he's good, just not for me with the defensive tackles I have. But overall, I do generally like the 6'6". So that's kind of my thoughts. Sub height from JO30, guys. Appreciate that, JO. Gonna be pretty exciting. I'm gonna give the nod to CJ2K real quick, though. I mean, just looking at his stats, obviously we got to get him on the field tonight and see if he fumbles the rock. I think that could obviously be a bit of an issue anytime you have a ball carrier who doesn't have that strength. But Bo has the strength and he tends to fumble. His strength is almost a hindrance to him because he's so strong that he stays up. I think seeing some elusive broken tackles might be good for Chris Johnson. You know, hopefully keep him going. He's got the 97 carry, which is legit. 102 speed, and you know, I think he is what I would rather use from these combine monsters. If I only had, you know, one option to put in my lineup, I think you can just get some of what Mario Williams does in other players already, and you know, I wouldn't spend that coin right there. So do you guys want to see me pick up any items tonight? I know that a new Tim Tebow came out, which JO30 in the chat with the sub hype has been using on his stream, guys, so make sure to give him a follow. I can drop the link to his, oh, I spelled it wrong. I can drop, let's clear this, I can drop the link to JO's in there. He also played FIFA and crushed eggs on his head. Now, that is pretty wild. So, all right, Tim Tebow. So he's just very expensive at this point in the season. That's the link to JO in the chat. But he was only out for 24 hours. He's got 91 speed, 93 elusive. The throw power's there. The deep accuracy is pretty much there. I mean, obviously he doesn't stack up to Michael Vick, but who does? And also, like, how fun would it be just to play with Tim Tebow and truck people? Because the strength in his running is that he has 93 strength, which is almost as strong as Bo Jackson, guys. And he has 98 acceleration, which is going to make him feel way faster than 91. Plus, you have just the left-handed magic of Tim Tebow. So I've heard he does provide those moments. Hopefully we can take a look at one in the future. Shout out to the hookup on my Eli Manning from BMCJM, whose initials I say wrong and backwards every single time, but you know you are out there. You hooked me up with the Eli. I really appreciate that. It's actually below, underneath in the panels. He's our top donator, so huge shout out to him for the Eli. Much better than having Tom Brady in at backup. Once again, I use that when I'm not going to roll out. I get a little bit better passing accuracy in the short, and the Eli does that. Plus, then he does great celebrations. So let's see who we need in the lineup, guys. We got 290,000 coins to spend. I would love to get some of your recommendations. Could really use a slot receiver. I think I'm interested in the Cruz, but I just don't feel like this is a great buy, guys. You know, sometimes you treat your Madden buys like he's 90K. You know, he's just not as good as other receivers for 90K at this level. One, should I buy Victor Cruz, or two, should I not buy Victor Cruz? Like, do you guys believe in buying, you know, I can get 95 speed and 96 catch and traffic from somebody else pretty easily. But, you know, it's just, I want to have Giants on my team, but I can't, you know, it's like that TV show Finding Giants. You can't always, like, pay for, you know, that quality. Real quick, let's try and find a Lawrence Taylor. A lot of people are saying no. Most people are saying no. Wow, that's a lot of no's. Jeez. Can you guys recommend some... Can you guys recommend a few slot receivers? Obviously, we've got Cooper. Let's try out the White. You know, it's cool to have a draft player on your team. So we will go and get the Kevin White. Kevin White's going to cost me 5,000 less coins. He's going to be faster, better catching traffic, taller. Just, I mean, unfortunately, it's really a no-brainer, guys, right? It's just, there's just really no point. Like, you got to go get your value. We did try Marcus Mariota last week. We gave one away. I think Hold Fast Hope won. A lot of guys are saying Randall Cobb. I do like Randall Cobb. I do like Randall Cobb. He's definitely on the list if White doesn't get the job done. So the Mariota, once again, he's a guy that has the same acceleration as that Tebow. He felt, or 97, so he felt pretty good once he got going. The agility wasn't quite there that Vic has, but not bad. The throw power hurt him a little. I tried to run a short pass offense. I got crushed because just wasn't ready for it. But we still have a little bit of defensive cash left over to spend. I think I am going to go ahead and pick up a Peppers. I'm not sure, though, where he's going to fit in, but I just know that this item, guys, I want to stack my defense with tall players. Like, I'm a huge, also need a safety. So, you know, I'm looking for a little heighted safety. I could use her this Peppers. I don't know. I'm kind of lost. I don't know, boys. I don't know. I did research into it. The J.J. Watt is kind of the best outside backer that is there, but I want you to think about this during the break and before we hop into game. I'd love to get some tips. So once again, though, we're going to jump into some actual, we talked about that. We're going to take the CJ2K all day over that, and that's the guy you want. So Luke Man 98, so LUCMAN 98. This is actually a really good question, guys. This is something I studied up on today, and I want to know your thoughts. So he said 93 watt is like 40K. So here is the example I'm going to give you, and let me know if this logic makes sense. So, all right. So the question in the chat, once again, is if I have a certain item, should I upgrade it from 95 to 99? He's asking about Mean Joe Green. I'm going to show you what I thought of today about Luke Kuechly. So once again, Luke Kuechly, 95 overall for 25K. Probably the best item in the game over the whole course of the year for a CPU defender. Just a stud, right? So if a 95 Luke is good, then a 97 Luke must be even better. However, the cheapest one is 100,000 coins. So you're telling me that it's 3 times, 4 times more expensive, 75,000 coins of difference from this Luke Kuechly to the other one? 90 speed, 99 play rec, 92 block shed. Let's go up real next to it. For 25K, you've got 88 speed, 98 play rec, 90 block shot. So I just don't see 75,000 coins is an entire Julius Peppers, basically. You can get Julius Peppers and 95 Luke Kuechly, or you can have 97 Luke Kuechly only. I just don't see a lot of these upgrades being that beneficial. Unless it's really the guy you want. I think with J.J. Watt, for example, let's go down and just look at his 96. His 96 is 189,000 coins. The J.J. Watt 93 is 44. So once again, it's that same discrepancy. And yes, his 96 is actually a little bit better than the Kuechly, but like the Kuechly jump that we saw, which is only 1 or 2 plus, but I just have trouble when I really look into the numbers, unless it's getting me to that 90 play rec, or it's getting me to, you know, a tall, like if it's a different player and he's just taller, or he's, you know, the Taylor Mays made a jump, you know, but not everybody does that. So that's kind of my thoughts on upgrading and paying that top coin to really get it done. So I hope this works for you. Blue Tiger subbing back up. Blue Tiger, one of the most active users, not only in the chat, but he is in the Madden Tips Facebook group, which is the Madden Secret Society. He's asking all kinds of questions in there all the time. We played a subscriber game on the Twitch stream last week. Hopefully gave him some tips after that beatdown. It was a bit of a beatdown, but Blue Tiger's working hard. He's always trying a new scheme. He's always practicing new plays. he's just a cool dude to have around the community, so really appreciate the sub hype. Del Rey just subbed back up. We got the sub hype banner because this is a train. There's been a lot of subbing tonight, so it must be the first of the month. I appreciate that, boys and girls. Bucky, I would take the 98 Troy unless you were going to user the 95 Maze. Let's actually take a look at that Troy because there's multiple Troys out there, correct? I don't know. I user my issue. I love a good strong safety, but I user my strong safeties. So I don't gain the value that you might expect from it. You know, I do. He's going to play well on his own, but I user my strong safety, so it's generally going to work. Trenton Young, definitely going to play a game. I'm actually going to jump into practice mode and then play a game. So there will be games tonight. I know we've been talking a lot about Mutt so far, but I just think it's been a pretty interesting week in the community. But let's take a look real quick. I'm going to go to Twitter and check your questions, and then we'll be able to jump in. So June Cab just hit me up about the Gates. No, I don't think the new Antonio Gates would supplant. Even though he's excellent, but for the coin, can't do it, I don't think. Samoan Cowboy, the 92 CB Sean Smith. I'm a big fan of his height, big fan of his press physical play. I think Jo has one. Somebody from Madden's Finest has one. They put him out late in games, and they press with him. I think it's cover 1 or something like that. I saw him do that. I think he got beat, but I generally like the idea. Phantom Keeper, how can we use extra team draft badges? I don't know. I think you can only trade them. I think you got to use them. I don't think they'll be valuable after the promo ends for the draft. So that's some questions in the chat. All right, let's get into practice. Much easier with my glasses on to see the TV far away. We're going to swap tubes and talk about the Redskins playbook, guys. One formation we're going to look at real quick is the good old, always good, shotgun formation. So we're going to go to gun split Redskin. Once again, the Redskins have, you know, this playbook here. And once again, this is not the split close. It's the gun split Redskin. It's going to be much more similar to kind of the downfield throwing. Obviously, there's nobody on the stock roster of the Seahawks until you sub in a tight end or Matthews that can go downfield. So we'll humor ourselves and just huck one downfield to ball when we get the animation, but we don't get the catch. But you guys know how that whole thing works. That's in the Raiders playbook, something we break down, blah, blah, blah. However, when we were scrolling through here, you might have noticed that the close FB trail is in here. So now we've got the gun split close and then the name of the play. So this within the formation is kind of that formation within a formation, the hidden stuff we talked about. And this close fullback trail is something that we've called ourselves quite a bit. So if we look at that, you're going to have the ability to get some extra value from this formation. As you know, almost any formation I use in the game, I like to have this formation. It's, for me, my most comfortable short passing formation in the game. You're not going to be able to audible a ton, and the other problem is that, say I call a play like Power O, look what happens. So, obviously, they won't flip like that every time, but look where they're lined up. They're now no longer in the split close, they're back out wide. So, you might not get the blocking, or your defense, the defense is definitely going to know when you audible. So that's what makes this formation very neat. I do think it is one of the more versatile formations in the game. You'd be able to do a lot from this, plus it has a read option mixed in. I'm not sure if it's any good. That's something you always want to test. Obviously with Russell Wilson, the defense is going to go after him and allow Lynch to get up the middle. It's really about kind of the angle of the handoff and where it puts you. If the angle of the handoff puts you right in the back of the center and you don't have control, then it's bad. If the angle of the handoff isn't so aggressive and it lets you kind of cut back like that right there, then it could be kind of a lights out run. So once again, we'll kind of try and show you with this read option that gap you want to take. In my opinion, if you can help it, 76 here, he's always going to block down. He's never going to block the edge defender, because that's the quarterback's job, to basically block him with his brain and the whole read option. That's the entire reason you call this play. So 76 is always going to get this block. So here you see the whole line's kind of moving together and blocking down and to the right. So if I try and fit through that gap, not going to work. It's just too tight. If I try and fit through this gap, also not going to work for consistent gains. So my only real option is to have enough left stick ability and agility with the back to cut it left. So if I can cut this left, then this guy's going to stand up, and here he stands up, which means I need to hand it off. But by the time he gets accelerated again, he's not going to catch him. So this guy's always blocked. This guy's standing up straight, never going to be able to tackle Marshawn Lynch. And boom, then you're already in the second level at the safety, full speed. It's the way to go. It's just where you need to be. So, you know, this read option could be right there. We need to keep it with Russell, but not bad. What's going on, Rhino? How's everybody else in the chat doing? We got Samoan Cowboy. Appreciate the shout out, man. Hope it helps you. You got gun doubles. I believe that they have. Do they have an 0-1 trap in this bad boy? They do. So they have an 0-1 trap in this gun doubles, which not as consistent as under center, but you've got the PA read, and then you've also got a play like PA zone read. So you start to mix some of that, and they got an inside zone, they got an 0-1 trap. What else do you need? Well, not much. I mean, those are some pretty nice options. So here you see you've got some pretty nice standard crossing routes. You could also slant some of these guys, but if you can get the depth you want, look out for the flat defender. Roll out with the quarterback, playmaker those. You want to try and break outside the pocket with this, as you do with a play like crossers. Obviously with Russell, you don't want to roll to his left. You want to roll deeper. So you're hoping that these routes get a little bit, like this X route's not going to do much for you, because against a stock cover 3, it's going to, it's just not going to get to the area of the field you need to. You need it to go far enough that the flat defender forgets about it, gets sucked down, and then you can hit behind it when you're rolling. So that's more the key. Once again, I love the idea of these routes. Square is pretty good. You quick throw. But it's just working on them in practice, getting the timing down. Like the square route's pretty unique. Like this route's not in many other formations. Is it off the line of scrimmage? Maybe get you to a unique spot, but it really doesn't. So that's kind of all how it can work. You get the ability to kind of abort the play action. This is a play that looks great on paper. Maybe it's not the best play. I'm not a fan of play action, but it's really up to you to stomach how much play action you can handle. You get the gun bunch offset, which is plenty to do from that formation. We used it a lot last year. The Skins playbook gives you some of this pistol stuff. Obviously, it doesn't have some of the bread and butter formations that are in most plays, but it does have a counter from the wide trips, and that's always going to be pretty tough to defend, because you can, pack in the beef, and you're going to get pretty legit blocking. So that's the way to go. In the chat, we're also talking about favorite types of pizza. Mine is going to go some combination of the following. If I had to choose favorite pizza, I'm going to go green pepper, onion, one meat. One meat, guys. If you're ordering a pizza pie, team one meat. First of all, straight cheese. If I've never been to a pizza place and I'm going to rate that pizza place on a scale of 1 to 10, straight cheese, fastball, that's it. That's all you can order the first time you go. Because you want to know if their pizza's good. I don't care if their buffalo chicken pizza's good until I know that their straight cheese is good. Number 2, I might go green pepper, I might go onion. I respect mushrooms for other people. I don't respect mushrooms for myself. I'm not a mushroom guy. I don't mind it. You can order it. I'll pick them off. That's what I say. I'm not picky. But generally, I'm going to go one of those 3 vegetables combo. Love a little jalapeno. That gets a little bit aggressive. 1 meat. Sausage. Pepperoni or chicken. I get yelled at sometimes, but pepperoni, sausage, or chicken with those vegetables, it's going to be outstanding. That's where we're at. We did Chipotle tips the other day. We'll talk about that. We did Five Guys Burgers ordering tips the other day. Tonight I was going to do a rant on Panera, which makes my jaw really tired, but we'll save that for another day. Put your favorite toppings in the chat. I'd love to know what you guys think. We got bacon. We're talking in there. If you get bacon and sausage and pepperoni, why not just order the grease on the pie? Do I not love greasy pie? It's too much. It's too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for that hiatus, YouTube people. So yeah, you get the counter in this pistol wide trips. Obviously going to be pretty good. Strong close, super unique formation. They do have this halfback force, which is a very good run. You can hit it off tackle. Just a consistent play that's been good. I believe the Panthers have this and the run and gun playbook. So these are some places I believe you can find this play. It used to be called halfback off tackle, but they obviously changed the name. Yes, Trent and Young, I'm with you. I think those guys are very similar. I can talk about them in a little bit. Yeah, so this strong close has a little bit of everything. You've got the I form for some of the red zone stuff that we like to do. You have the ace. You don't have the bunch, which hurts this playbook a bit because obviously the bunch contains one of the toughest plays to defend. PA crosses is not the same as... See, I like the idea of this crosses play, but I just don't think it's gonna work. Does that make sense to anybody? Like sometimes you see a play, you're like, ooh, that's good. But then there's a reason that it hasn't really been used. So say we do this to X, and maybe we streak triangle. It's PA. I think you can dink and dunk with this, but with a right-handed quarterback, you want to tend to get it to roll this to the right. With the other way, with Vic, you'd rather go left. Kind of like that little triangle route, but that was just a slant, right? Like you could just do that from any play. The PA is pretty good. No, it was just a slant, so you could already do that. Maybe it's the Lynch route? I don't know. It's an option. It's an option. So those are some options. G-Way has a good question in the chat we're going to talk about right here. Once again, shout out to all the sub hype going on in the chat tonight. Really appreciate that. You can follow on Twitter and ask your questions there as well. So if you are facing a quote-unquote unblockable blitz, what I would recommend that you do is you go into a formation like the gun split Redskin, and you have two options, right? If it's coming up the middle of the defense, something like I call with quarters, where this defender is getting in either, if this defender is coming through either the gap between the tackle and the guard right here or the guard in the center, then I actually like PA. If the pressure's coming off the edge, I do not like PA. But if it's coming up the middle, I actually like a stock kind of PA play like this slide. And I think that should do a decent job protecting you, and then you just got to make the read. However, if they're really just blitzing you with like 7 guys, like say they're just sending like 7 dudes, you've got the ability to press L2. Nope, you press triangle. Nope, you press L1. Okay, so if they are sending like 7 guys and blitzing kind of everybody, you press L1 and then right stick up. What that's going to do is take every available blocker and bring them up to the line of scrimmage. So people might think like, wow, this is an unblockable blitz, but it's really not. You're just sending 7 dudes. So anytime they send 7 dudes, someone's uncovered, or you can try and pick it up. So you're either going to get one-on-one coverage or whatever. What I like to do is L1 right stick up, L1 right stick down. From here I find between that and PA, there's no blitz. You really can't pick up. I mean, you still got to get rid of the ball, but you have more time to potentially go downfield. Once again, talking about the pressure there, we'll go back and review and see if it came in. They sent 7 blitzers. We blocked 7 blitzers. Everything was a win. So you see that obviously Lynch heads out to the right and Miller heads out to the left. Carpenter waits. Clean pocket for Russell. Probably used like a shorter route here, like a slant, because you kind of want that. You don't want to send everybody downfield. You kind of want that quick, you know, that quick outlet option. But that's what I would say about it. So those are your options when you go for it. Cool. Anybody in the chat using Tebow? I know J.O. Anybody besides J.O. there rocking the Tebow? Joey Stover with a 10K snipe for Tim Tebow. That is legendary, man. That is pretty cool. Any more questions in the chat on the gameplay front? Once again, we just explored a little bit of you know, the Redskins playbook. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out that are looking for some fun stuff at this point in the season. A unique gun split Redskin. A Relic's using Tebow. And yeah, every now and then you'll block 7 or 8 GUA and you'll still get, you know, pressure coming in. It can be frustrating, but overall I think those tips will kind of take everything down for you. On defense, you got just a pretty versatile playbook here with the nickel 3-5. If you're into using this formation, you know some of its strengths, so it can be a tough little formation. Here's a little PA play. Once again, I'm a huge fan of running back routes. Just feel that they really open up the offense for you and just take all the pressure underneath. But once again, not a huge play action fan, depending on how everything works. So in your Nacho, the curl to me, if somebody's going to throw like a low curl to the outside against me, you know, obviously the flat zone is generally going to get there. Just to make sure the flat zone gets there, pass commit, triangle over the top coverage, and then just hope that it drops back. I know the low curl can still be a bit of a bear, but you know, we've all seen passes picked off in the flat, return for 6. In 1 or 2 of those, once they throw 1 or 2 low curls, a good player has to assume that a good player is going to adjust to it and slow it down. So I think that works out pretty well. B2'd, gyro, aka hero. Lamb, absolutely not. Never a lamb hero. However, a chicken hero, steak hero. I like that little roll thing that they use, the kebab action. The sauce, I could take it or leave it, but it's not bad. Not a mayo guy. It's got a little bit of mayo tendency to it. Lettuce, pretty good. Not a tomato guy, so that kind of hurts it too. But, you know, pickles and hots, that's what I put on almost everything. I'll take a hero, you know. Not bad. Some low risk, high reward plays to keep your drives from stalling in the red zone from False Fish. Obviously you have the fades and different things that are in the winner's kit, but I think running the ball right up the middle, I just really foresee defense is not paying a ton of attention to the run. I think they do when you're inside the 2 or 3, like they go to goal line and the 2 or 3 yard line. But I think from the 7 or the 8, they don't think you can get in, but you don't need to get in on first down. You just need to get some. And then also, obviously, the flat, to me, is the area that most people tend to give up on. So anytime you can throw to the flat, it's a pretty safe throw. It's pretty low risk. You want to make sure you cover up if they're coming down to make a hit, but generally you can be pretty good about it. So that's what I'm a big fan of about that. Texas route, as Top Cat says, I do really like the Texas route, guys. Obviously, angle route out of the backfield, maybe a little slant in front of it to clear things out. It's really tough to defend. Even if you're using in the middle, the Texas route can be really good. And that's in a lot of those I-form normals, so that is what is cool. B2, sorry about my food-related brain fart. The 3-5 wide and 3-5 are much different. You'd think they're the same. You think it's not a big deal. It's a big deal. So just can't use 3-5 wide in quite the same way. The Ravens book has the nickel 3-5 with some of the Saint stuff, but generally that's the overlap you'd need. But don't get confused. It's just not the same. So don't fall for that. action. Hold Fast Hope, my favorite seafood. I don't really love seafood anymore. I was actually on a seafood diet for a long time, and I kind of just got over it. Anytime, and you might ask, like, what is a seafood diet? It's anytime I see food, I eat it. Ba-doom-tsh. Just kidding. 2 for a bad joke, 1 for a great joke. I'm not a salmon guy. I love scallops, big fan. But if you just give me scallops, you gotta give me a lot of scallops because they just don't fill me up. So it's gotta be some type of platter with scallops included. If it's just shrimp, no, can't get enough shrimp to fill me up. Shrimp and scallops, now we're talking. But there's just, you know what I mean? You know where I'm at? All right. Let's get back over to Xbox. Once again, we just went over some gameplay questions there, but we also did that. So some people were wondering about, they were looking for a comparison between 2 players, but I forget the 2 players. But it was a pretty fair comparison. It was definitely CBs, but I forget what CBs they wanted to see compared. Let's take a look at Randall Cobb real quick as a slot receiver. If the white doesn't work out, we could go to Randall Cobb as an option. Once again, he's going for that same range. You know, I did lose quite a bit of coins on the T.Y. Hilton, but you know, I also got a lot of value. I probably lost 40K on him, but I got a lot of value out of him. The speed is decent, but the catch and traffic is what you're getting. Whereas the Hilton, I think it was like 98, 95. So a little less speed, a little more catch and traffic, same height. So kind of just flip that. J.O.'s thinking to get the Amari Cooper. Once again, we got to test the white out for this game, see how it goes, and then we'll make our choice. Once again, you guys got lineup questions, shout them out in the chat. We're going to go and make sure we sub in Kevin White. No relation to Sean White. Another terrible joke. We'll get Chris Carter back in the lineup. I think the Cooper card is excellent. I mean, you can't change his height. The catch and traffic 100 is insane for a rookie. But not buy anything on defense. Megatron. Once again, we're going to go Jack Lambert and just see if he can get the job done for us. So I did definitely almost say Riley Cooper Webb, but we're going to make sure we get our playbook set up, and I think we want to go with, we had the Bears offense because we did some solo challenges. Once again, always kind of fun to try and change up your playbooks when you're going through a solo and you're going to be bored, and you know, as long as you have the couple plays you need to win, then you're fine. But overall, you don't want to have that ability to lose a solo because you don't find the right book. But then you want to make sure you change it back because it can be pretty frustrating if you forget. Once again, Odell Beckham is our cover vote. If you're on Team Madden Tips, Odell Beckham is that dude. This could be a future giveaway. I don't know. I kind of like it, but it could be a future giveaway. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. I'm going to change the audio, fix the camera, and then we're going to jump into game right now. Make sure to follow the stream, guys. If you're enjoying it here, we'll be live quite a bit tonight, but just make sure, give that follow button some love. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this is going to work. Some more sub hype. We're playing in the practice mode. I just got so thrown off by playing in practice mode.
A perfect 70-degree day as we get set for today's matchup.
We meerkatted yesterday.
This is a game today that could come down
That's too
to
close.
Two running backs, two of the real stars of the sport, two players who went in fantasy drafts really high. How do you see this one going down today?
Yeah, and how's your fantasy?
Clay Matthews. I don't even have to pay attention to the TV. Clay Matthews. Oh yeah. I'm also a little bit hoping that Gronk gets somewhat. I love Gronk. It doesn't have to be an injury. I think that's mean. I don't root for other players to get injuries no matter how good they are. because that's just not cool. But yeah, maybe he takes a step back in his production numbers.
First down on the way.
Once again, Jack Lambert, guys.
Offense lines up.
Strong close right here.
Go ground.
J.J. Watt locking up. I think it's Todd Gurley. Looks like Clemson. Let me know if the audio's good. I can't really look at the chat. So.
2nd and 11. And he takes off. Launches it down the field. And
Ed Reed. Ed Reed. Ed Reed. This guy looks like he's got all rookie team, so we're going to have to adjust to that. Eric Weddle in the game, reporting for duty. All right, let's go.
3rd down. Quarters formation here for the defense.
So Terrell Suggs just saved my life. Terrell Suggs just saved my life right there.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Looking across the middle.
Huge.
Might as well look at it like a turnover. It's going back.
All right. Whoa. Who quits? All right. People say that I'm mean to people when they quit, but who quits? Who creates an all-rookie team with orange uniforms and then quits and makes me play in practice mode? And I can't be mean because that's not cool. I disagree. Sorry. Right? Who quits? Hold it up. First quarter Farls right there. Once again, this was a Winston-related loss there. Or not a Winston, a Mariota-related loss. And then just had some tough games. Once again, we're also going to rock some Madden Mobile here. I don't know if you guys are rocking that. MVP Beatty, I would definitely take the new, I don't know how much the 93 Beatty is, but I would never have him in my lineup. I just think the 91 Whitworth is always going to be the guy over 93 Beatty, regardless of if you like it or not. Who's got a squad on here? I got the Odell Beckham on here. He is beast. He is Bay. Squad. Let me boot this up. False fish. I'm expecting, you know, Brewer. Not Brewer. You know, rookies are tough because everyone just thinks that they're going to be great. And, you know, like, would you... One, if you think Sammy Watkins had a great rookie year. Two, if you think Sammy Watkins didn't have a great rookie year. Like, did he have some good games? Yes. Did he catch a game-winning touchdown? Sure. Are Bills fans excited for the future? Yes. But, like, did Odell Beckham have a better rookie year than Sammy Watkins and he went later? Like, when is a guy a bust? I don't, like, all these things kind of, like, factor in, but I feel like most people think he had a good year. So, does that mean he had a good year? I don't know what his, like, stats ended up at. Like, the Bills went 9-7, but they didn't make the playoffs. They don't have a quarterback. I can't tell.
You know, those quick feet, so even when they run those short routes, if there's man-to-man coverage...
Bo Jackson, once again, not in the starting role tonight, guys. All right, so quick reminder that we did change up our team. We have brand new linemen in the game, along with Chris Johnson, 99 halfback. Once again, guys, the misdirection run is going to be the key tonight to see if Velda here at left tackle can still shed. Is it going to be Solder that's going to shed? I don't know. I do not know. Once again, this looks like a defensive set that is actually good at stopping that run. So it's going to be pretty tough, but maybe CJ can hopefully be able to beat it with his...
Second down and 13. Throws to the right.
And there's White. So White's coming up huge first play. Once again, that was a catch that took him maybe a little bit of height, and he did a pretty good job of it. So the Steelers strong close. They have the regular halfback dive, but they don't have the off tackle dive that guy ran first play last game, nor.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. They need to get the play off. Loading up with extra defensive backs in the dime.
Chris Johnson felt pretty fast right there, guys. I'll be honest, he felt pretty fast. 2nd and 3 right here. I think we're going to stick with the 0-1 trap. Feels pretty good. We just picked up a cover vote collectible here in Ultimate Team. So you log in every day. I think you only get 1 in Madden, but in Ultimate Team you get a bunch. So that's kind of fun.
It's a dime look for the defense.
We can do some fake audibles.
Chris Johnson takes the handoff in on the
He ran commit.
That last play was a run. 3rd down coming up. They've come out in the dime package. 3-step drop. And now he'll take off. An open lane.
That was probably dumb, but it worked. See, I say that a lot, but you know, sometimes you gotta do it anyways. So we're gonna put Bo Jackson in. I'm not on the Redskins book right now. I'm on the. See, does maybe Chris Johnson outrun that? Bo just picked up no yards, but he had forever in front of him. But the guy was able to do a pretty good job picking up the edge, sending somebody in free. He was in man last time he called this. He's in man again. He just took a pretty bad angle. I couldn't tiptoe. We're in field goal range. It's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, you bust. If he's gonna go man, you gotta bust something like this out. I don't think he contained, which is actually pretty good for us. Here we're gonna see if that will happen again. I expect him to actually contain this time.
The Giants take it from the 33. Gets away from the pressure, looking to the right.
And there's Bo coming up with a big gain. He's our 3rd down back, must be. That worked for us. Let me shut off the fan. Let me know if the audio gets any better for you. From the 13, you sub in Eli Manning. And we're going to take a shot to the end zone. I think the game froze. Let's see. Doesn't appear to be working. I'll take a 2-0. Does your game look frozen? My game looks frozen. So, this is happening right now. I'm trying to edit this shot, move it over here. Oh, I know why I do that. Is your guys' game frozen? My game appears frozen. Alright, while this... Oh, no, it's back. It's lost. 2-0. Mosley, I recommended to somebody on Twitter yesterday, and then they came back and said that he was really good. But I don't know. Heard good things. I think we just got to win. Yeah. Made a huge mistake. Shout out to Rampage Gerbil. Is that Rampage Rebel? Kobe, Mini Matt, Watt, Joey Stover, Storm and Mormon, Steelers fan, Amazing Zoli, Alex Slushy, Mosshart, CJ Gates, Shot Caller. All you dudes that gave me the follow on the stream tonight for This Week in Madden. Really appreciate that. Below, once again, make sure to send over your questions on Twitch. Road sodas. I saw your tweets the other day. They were good. I need the road to the playoffs. Stephen Bowen, does anybody have it? He needs it for JPP. What system, Michael Noel?
49ers.
One, they have a huge guy who puts in all the playbooks depending on the tendencies of the coach. He studies college and pros. He is a beast. What do you think about the Giants draft picks? I like him. I think the Landon Collins could be pretty legit. I don't know about Randy Moss card. I would assume Sheptimus if they had his rights again this year. I know they had him last year, but that they would have already put him in. That would be my guess, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah, there's a guy that actually studies the playbooks, and he does a great job. Like, he knows his stuff big time.
They come to the line, and it's first down.
All right, so here we go. Setting up the defense. This is a tough actual formation here.
Russell Wilson has it under center. Halfback set in motion.
Is this the ace pair? Flex.
Scrambling now.
I got to make a better user play, guys. That was a pick six waiting to happen. Especially with that throw off the back foot. Throw took forever to get there. I couldn't break down on it, but if that happens again, don't expect a positive result for my opponent. So, we'll see. But I feel good about that. Once again, we're going to take this down with the top bar. So I know you guys want to see the score and the clock. Once again, already with a 2-0 record tonight. We got one real quit. I think one fake quit, but
Chris Johnson lined up in the backfield. Gonna try and scramble now. Launching it deep. Has the catch.
All right. There is that route out of the backfield to Chris Johnson. Pretty nice little deep pass there. We had the deep safety on that side of the field, but he was unable to get in any type of position to help defend it. So that first play where we were unable to break down and kind of get a pick, even though it was the first play of the game, hurts us in that sense.
Ready for the snap. Here's the first snap after the big play. The give.
Taylor May's huge hit at the goal line. He did get down to the one. I did think he would hurry up, but yeah, anytime you can lay some lumber, you got to like your chances at forcing a fumble or stopping some traffic.
Ready to make the stop on the goal line. Loading up that defensive front.
Stumbles in there.
For the touchdown.
That was a nice job by the quarterback. He read the defense. He realized there was a little weakness on one spot.
So G-Way's looking to upgrade from 94 Sherman and flashback Champ Bailey. I'm still, my verdict's still out. I would say the Night Train Lane is one option, but
Mason Crosby,
you know, consistently guys that have outplayed those guys for me. I haven't really used anybody on a long-term basis. I have borrowed items that have played well. But I've never really used like anybody for a full 30 games. The Woodson's been good, but what I paid to upgrade from him, I don't know. I'm not actually sure. So we're gonna go to that misdirection. Once again, Chris Johnson is in the game, guys. The CJ2K 102 speed. Trying to see how he operates, if he's better than the Bo. You never know.
He takes it on the counter. Goes to the left.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, he felt fast right there. But, not sure. Felt good. That felt good. That felt a little quicker than Bo. Spin felt a little looser. We're going to go with a dive here.
The Giants this time will go with 2 tight ends.
Agility wasn't there on the cut. I don't know if that was the game or the player or me. But
here's a look at the offense.
The 2nd and 7, I don't like to run it. I don't love to run it here, but
must go vertical. They must open up the game for the offense. Offense lines up here. 2nd down and 7. And the give now.
So maybe Bo breaks that tackle. I ran right into his user defender. I did have a pretty big lane, but Let's see what happens on third. Bo, I wonder if Bo will come in for third downage, or
defensive player of the year.
Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. I don't actually need my glasses anymore, but actually kind of feels nice to have them on. White's already made a big catch for us.
So big, so strong, and a great pass rusher.
Yeah, Bo just took a pretty big hit right there. Lost yardage. That looked like man-to-man. We were impatient. We just didn't make a read and cost us. Should be a pretty good punt, though, and hopefully Woodson can get down there. What up, Coster? How you doing? All right, so we're gonna have to watch out for
they face first down.
The halfback motion out of the backfield. Once again, that's exactly what you want.
Double tight end formation. The running back goes in motion. Makes the catch. Breaks the tackle. Tackle down.
A little quick throw right there.
What's the old expression? Just move the
Cute.
chains. That's what
Cute.
they did with that throw and catch that time, Jim. It also gives them a chance.
So as you saw, Terrell Suggs is actually getting put in a different position right there, and it's causing the pressure to line up a little bit different. So
first down here after the completion. Chris Johnson lined up in the backfield. They send the tight end in motion.
Uh-oh.
Now on the move. Got
Intentional grounding right there, so that's good.
Out of bounds, incomplete.
Take it.
He thought he was going to avoid the sack by releasing the football, but there was no
Second
one
and
in sight from his
18.
own side, and he is flagged.
Get Bruce in the game.
Yeah, it's a good call. Good call. Nobody near the football. Definitely inside the tackle box.
Champ's in the game.
A good call by the referee.
Champ is here, as they say.
It sets the offense back.
Once again, not a great under center play.
The 49ers go with two tight ends on this play. Trying to work that left side. Finds his mark.
Can't believe that went for 10. I'm really surprised that went for 10 yards right there.
Doesn't get the first down. Sooner or later, you got to throw one down the field.
That's okay. Once again, the throws aren't coming in too fast.
Looking at third down. Welcome back to the action.
Relic in the house.
Today, it's been all about the defenses.
Whew. So after the first quarter, he's got a nice formation here. We got to kind of work out things that he's doing, line up different defenses against it. See
here for the defense. There's
what works.
Shifting around in the backfield.
Make sure we play a little bit better user. We've got better QB contain.
Is underway with this snap.
And as you see there, that helps. With the 3-4 even, you're not containing the quarterback, so the chance for them to scramble and then make that hero throw is better. When you contain like that, you're going to potentially be able to chase guys down, so that worked in our favor. We do need a little better play.
He's got a chance to return this one. Brought down at the 29.
If he's going to go with a man-to-man style look, just to beat it, but we have used that Russell. We've used the 99 Russell for a right-handed look. I think if I call this play on first down, A, I can always go to a man beater from it, and B, he might not come out in that defense on first. I'm not sure, but I don't know if that's his third down defense.
This time from the 29. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Quarters formation here for the defense. The play clock's running down. Intercepted.
All right, so this is pretty important. What happened right there? So Jimmy Graham subbed in. So when I when I changed audibles, Jimmy Graham went to the slot. The problem with Jimmy Graham going to the slot is his route running rating. His route running rating goes against my opponent's man coverage. If I have T.Y. Hilton or White there, their route rating super high. Jimmy Graham's not that great. That looked like Rod Woodson. His man coverage pretty high. So Woodson can stay on the corner route, even though that usually beats man-to-man, where
First down here.
Hilton's going to almost always be open on that, and that is what just happened right there. And I didn't realize that was really a factor until that happened.
In an extra tight end
So,
for this play. Tight end in motion.
kind of a bummer.
Chris Johnson takes the handoff. Back that time.
That's on me.
The tackle.
Good job that time by the offense. Power run gets them a few yards.
Is it a different crowd or what? So
Second down coming up.
that is what happened there.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. And the give now to Chris Johnson. Tackle's made, and the first down is picked up.
That's a bread and butter play by all.
Yeah, if you have, maybe if you have Vernon there, or, but that's not a place you usually line up a tight end in the slot, and you don't really usually run him on speed routes or corner routes or.
Russell Wilson has it under center. The 49ers staying with.
But we just had. When we flipped it, that's what happened. We wouldn't choose. If we were going to run Graham in the slot, it would be a streak, like where I could go and use your catch, big-bodied, or it would just be a little bit different.
And slug it out and get some tough running yards.
And it'll be second down and 6 after the running play on first down. Running back in motion here.
I'm in trouble.
Halftime is coming up, but first we reach the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, he's pretty good, Jay Reed. He's got a nice scheme. We got 2 early quits, or 1 quit and maybe a freeze, but 2 wins. This guy hit me with a deep pass, and then we're just trying to react to that and adjust. And see, that won't happen again, but you never know.
He sends the halfback in motion. Second down and 6. He's looking to the right here on this throw. 49ers in for the.
So right there we had Dion out. He ran to the blockers or to the throw instead of to the guy he was covering. I don't know if his pursuit took him off the angle or if he tried to go too sharp, but
makes the PAT.
Felt like he really should have gone wider at that. Delray, do not have the Redskins book. I had the
Giants prepared to
Steelers?
return the kickoff.
But we got ball here. If we can score, we get ball after half. We'll be in good position.
And he's met head on right there at the 20.
The Walter Payton. All right, let's try the counter weak here. It's a run we don't use quite as much as the misdirection, but
the Giants come on
it can be effective. This guy's got a good defense. So
Johnson is in the backfield. The quarterback motions the wide receiver. First down at the 20. Chris Johnson takes the handoff. Spins away from contact.
A nice run there by Chris Johnson. He does feel really fast. We'll say that much. We'll go full house.
And pick up a big game.
No, that's not it. Trying to get some up the middle runs. Just take my time, run this clock down a bit, get some consistent yards gained.
And the give now to Chris Johnson.
I don't think he ran commit right there, but this guy's definitely got a boost towards the middle of the defense. This guy's broke in really nice
when you're
on
running
that play.
football team, listen, there's going to be a lot of ugly plays that don't work. You just got to keep running it.
Chris Johnson lined up in the backfield. Halfback sent in motion. Second down and 8. Will throw it over the middle. Has to
All right, so that was a good playmaker and cut back to the middle. I didn't get my edge blocking that I wanted or expected, so that kind of threw me off slightly, but
they're back at the line after that catch for a first down. That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. Chris Johnson takes the handoff. Johnson tackled down.
When I can't get my run game going to the edges, it just kind of throws off what I like to do. And so I'm hoping to get White here on the cut, but we got to see. We got to see, because that hasn't happened.
That last running play was good for only a yard, so it's second down and 9. Split backfield here. The running back goes in motion. He'll take the snap from the gun. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Drop there. 3rd and 9. Let's go low curl.
3rd and 9 coming up after that last pass play failed to connect. Quarters formation here for the defense. He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun.
I had A cutting across the middle.
We got to give that defensive front a lot of credit, man. They are pushing, they're getting down.
He just took a timeout. That was a really smart play by my opponent, because I could have just waited and so right there I could have just waited and hucked up a play with 3 seconds left, but now there's consequences if I go for it from this position on the field, because
they'll call on Weatherford for the punt.
There he would have time left, so that's the issue there.
There is a flag out. Good for only.
Screwed that up. Not playing well in this game, because we just gave him some yardage. Thankfully, it wasn't too much, but you know, I fully expect him to try and go deep here with a big play downfield.
To the line. They'll start this drive at the 24. It's a 2 tight end formation. There's some shifting around in the backfield. First down at the 24. Throws the pass.
All right, so he tried to throw to the area of the field where we did have the defender out of the way because we manned him up. Fortunately, we got an overthrow. We were kind of underneath it a little, but
2 tight ends on the field here.
And what I'll just do is just kind of stand over there. All right, so we're trying to use her over the middle here to Willis. So he actually got open, which he was going to be able to throw that for a gain, which I disagree with, but I think his guy actually got open.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd.
I mean, Weddle's not that fast, but I mean, come on.
Has his man. That's a good tackle, and that's a quick.
So
the Giants call a timeout and are left now with only 1.
Wolf Hunter, they do not pop up, but I do get an email, and then I shout it out. Thanks to Finest Gamers, iGod, Big Nate, and the Elite Patriot for your follows on the stream. Once again, you guys got your questions, shout me out on the Twitter. It's @MaddenBible, or the Instagram, @MaddenBible. All right.
The first half is complete. Larry Ridley is ready to take things over back in our studios. And you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Showing the zone before the play, I just...
Lined up now and kickoff
me
formation.
showing my zones, I just am holding down the button so that it just shows itself. I think I need a little game audio to get involved. Let's change over the TV here.
the 21.
To this Xbox. Let's go, Phil and Jim. Help me out here. Best budget center is Lindley or Hudson that I have. Either of these two guys are really good.
Down at the 21. And the give now to Chris Johnson.
Block. All right, CJ2K just broke one. That bow, I don't know if he would have broke. So that's sticking to the run game. Just kind of keeping things going. Pretty important idea to do. No pour no more. Pour no more. Your opponent cannot see what you're doing before the snap. However, up until this year, they couldn't know what you're doing after the snap, but this year they do know after the snap what you did. They don't know the exact adjustments you made, but they know the play you called with how many hot routes because of the... I don't have it on, but other people have it on. So, once again, that is, guys, the new CJ2K. Just broke a nice gain for us. We've been hit over the top, so we just got to keep defending against that. This guy's running the ball pretty nicely as well. Just kind of called this play. I don't really want to call it, but...
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Throws to the right.
So, Deion Sanders, you're manned up directly over Chris Johnson, but you run into the blockers. Anybody else? Is that just me? Just me? Like...
Now they'll try over again on second down. For this play, they'll go with two tight ends. Running back in motion here. The 49ers have it at the 24.
Oh, nice hit by Suggs.
He's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Pornomore's been switched to the Vikings playbook. I think the...
It is not as easy as it looks. You're running fast.
That playbook is excellent.
And you cannot see what's in front of you.
It's third down coming up. Wide receivers stacked up on this play. The wide receiver shifting around in motion. 3rd and 9. Takes off with it.
Big hit by Patty Cake. It is going to be a 4th and 5. So we did get a second stop here in the game. But we've also been stopped twice with a turnover. So, yeah, it's a battle. We had Chris Johnson finally make a big play for us. But we're going to need another one. This guy's got good, solid defense. Kind of just want to chuck it. But I know that's not a great strategy. But what do you guys think?
The Giants ready now to start their next series. Take it here from the 30. Now 1st and 10. Looking across the middle, underneath, but can't find the mark that time as the pass goes incomplete.
We just blocked.
Second down,
so many dudes.
Following that incompletion. Johnson is in the backfield. They give it to him on the counter.
Chris Johnson's fast,
Did
man.
a good job that time picking up the 1st down. Let's look at the situation. You're behind.
Sound like John Gruden, but that's all I really have to say about it.
To pick up those 1st downs and
that he's fast.
Get it up, but what does it do? Pretty simple. It leads to a score.
You know what I mean?
They're able to move the chains after that last run. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Split backfield here.
That's not on purpose.
Chris Johnson takes the handoff. They deck him in the backfield.
Got to give the defense some credit on first down.
So
many things the offense can do.
I'm trying to think how to explain what's happening there, but it's just not that explainable.
After running it, it's second down. Quarters formation here for the defense. Play action fake, looking to throw. Down on the field, but they can't connect. He was trying to feed him along, and
that was PA wide receiver in, guys. That's a play I never call, but I felt like it was possibly going to work. He did a really good job reading it. This guy's good. He did a really good job reading that.
You know, just think about this. We're down. You're running the race, and somebody during the middle of the race reaches his arm out and hits you.
Should have probably subbed in Eli Manning, but I was kind of lazy.
That's why it's pass interference.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. This play set up by the long gainer. Looks to his left, and that pass is going out of bounds. Incomplete.
Jimmy,
down in the red zone, the offensive
you were there, buddy.
Call a play that deceives the defense. Let's see if he can do it. His team is down. He needs a big play here.
Wide receivers are bunched up. 2nd and 10. The defense gets a sack.
Well, you see it all the time. When the offensive line can't stop the defensive pass rush, then you have your running backs.
I didn't get the double team I wanted. I could see it happening, but I couldn't escape fast enough back to the middle.
The big sack
that's not what's supposed to happen.
Pushes the offense into a very difficult 3rd down and 11. Broken up, incomplete.
Defensive coordinators love
take the
this
3. We kind of forced that.
They can do just about anything, and it's going to work. And they stopped the offense that time.
We wanted it to work, just didn't execute it.
The kick is good.
I don't know if that's timing. I don't know if that's practice mode. I don't know if that's me just not running enough reps. I don't know if that's me not putting Eli. Got to be better than that, though. That's for sure. That's for sure.
They're setting up the return.
There's Lambert, no pop in the bat on the tackle, but still worth trying out while we have, some time here. Once again, dudes, I appreciate you guys all following the channel below in that bottom left-hand corner. I don't know what he's gonna do here. I think he might try and run, but I
getting
don't
set now
know.
for the next series. Offense lines up here. The 49ers take it from the 23.
Low curl.
Alvin Johnson taken down.
That's what you want to do. Just get a first down, especially when you're on top. Keep the clock moving. Keep the defense guessing. Make them react instead of attack.
Why would I challenge that play? I didn't challenge the play. I hit L trigger. Gonna need that timeout later. That's gonna hurt. So frustrating. Gotta get that taken out. It just costs you too much sometimes.
If you have possession of the football, it is allowed to touch the ground. Now, when it touches the ground, did he lose control of it? Of course, if he did, that would make it incomplete. So have possession of the football.
Oh, no. I thought I had to use it right there, huh?
Or as the ball hits the ground, it still will be a catch.
3rd and long, I like the low curl. I like the halfback wheel to the corner. I like a couple different things. It just depends. Let's see. I think he's going to take the quarter.
One more play first.
Yeah.
The 49ers will come to
best budget strong safety authority era, I would say Taylor Mays, or actually no, I'd say 90 Troy Polamalu. Most feared Troy Polamalu, 90 overall is the guy. I'm going to switch to this because I think it will contain a little bit better.
He'll take the snap, the first here in the 4th quarter.
Ed Reed, make a hit.
Good job by the safety, diagnosing the run, getting up outside and making the tackle for a short gain.
Felt like I was there. Felt, yeah, you know, got to be a little bit better. Got to be a little bit better. I was close. I sniffed it, but I didn't make the play.
Second down here.
So don't think he's ready for this.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time.
Oh, maybe I'm not ready for it.
Good job.
So that was cover 2 sink, guys. So what I had there was 3 hooks, 2 purples, and I shaded my coverage down and underneath so that my zones would sit underneath anything he threw. Fortunately, he went with a low curl and nobody. I was hoping that that third zone on the right would be in the right spot, but it didn't line up that way, unfortunately. So
back at the line after that catch for a first down. Toss to the outside. Runs to daylight for the touchdown.
yeah.
When you talk about fast running backs,
My
you
guy's
don't have to give him a
physics
lot. Block him a
fell
little bit
down,
with his
going to the
speed.
edge.
He sees
So.
that opening and he can make it happen. Takes it all the way for the touchdown run.
Now where that's where that timeout comes pretty important. What's going on, Saint? How you doing, man?
Point, the kick is good. Mason Crosby ready for the kickoff.
Might put Neon in the slot. I feel like Woodson might be better
And that return
on the
ends
tackles
rather
and stuff like that.
quietly Short of the 20. Let's
But,
mark him at the 16.
Let's try and sneak a play. This hasn't worked is the problem. I want to try and get left. Getting contained, though, pretty good, even with some blocking that I'm trying to do to get double teams. I'm still getting the containment, which shouldn't be happening, but it
He
is. So
sends the halfback in motion. Running away from the pressure. Running room.
Galvin, you got a block for me right there. That's a potential crib shot
Well, when your
with
team
that.
is behind, what do? Just come out there and get a first down. That's a nice job by the offense.
Let's get the injury report from Danielle Bellini.
Guys, I had a chance to speak with a 49ers team official. Chris Johnson's injury
I'm gonna
will
go counter
not prevent
here.
him from returning to this game, guys.
Once again, the
They're saying
misdirection is
he's
the real
cleared
run
to
that's been
head
working
back
for
in
us,
as soon
but
as he feels comfortable. Back to you.
And the give now to Chris Johnson. And gains about 1. They went with the ground game on first down, bringing up second. Quick drop back. Out to the left. D'Angelo Hall
no
with the
touch from Vic
interception.
right there. And he stayed in.
Into the open.
Good job that time by the defense.
Thought I had that. I didn't think D'Angelo Hall was tall enough to make that play. I felt like
You have a chance to make
I could
the
fit
play.
it in. I also thought I had the
That they
halfback
did.
going
They
out
got
on an
the
assignment
interception.
right there. So that was
It's
on me,
first
but
down as they head to the
I
line.
feel like I made that throw before.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Halfback sent in motion. And here's the toss.
So that's the same play. We just happened to get out there and eat up the blocker with our user. So the difference between the last play and that play, guys, is one play we made with our user where we broke up the blocks. The other play, we let the
Just 2 minutes left in this
CPU
one
take the
now.
block, and he
Back in
collapsed
a
our whole
moment.
team. So that's not how you want to leave it, but you got to fight in there with the user. Obviously, remember the auto motion.
That's second down coming up. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. It's Gronk. Gain maybe 5.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive.
I need the
here.
duck.
Your team is down.
I
You
need
gotta
the
attack
duck.
This offense, you don't want them
The
to get
duck.
in there and get another score.
Boop, 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 boop. It's so hot in here. It's intense.
That last pass completion sets up a 3rd and 9. Quarters formation here for the defense.
Low curl, low curl, low curl, low curl. Not a low curl. But a broken up pass by Weddle. Who else? None other.
Good anticipation
Eric
that time by the
Weedle.
defender. He gets to the receiver just as the
Think you gotta
football's
take 3?
and he makes a beautiful hit to knock the football loose.
The kick is through for 3.
All right, we're going to have to just huck and throw. We're probably going to turn the ball over here because we're going to just be throwing downfield with no remorse because we only have 2 timeouts. If we had 3 timeouts still, we could. We could be okay with like 40 seconds left, but now we can't be okay with 40 seconds left because it's going to be a 30-second runoff. So we need to score like immediately. So that's okay, but
First
there you
down.
go.
Let's see what they come up with here. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Airing it out. But it falls incomplete.
Well, even though they didn't get to completion, I like the fact that they tried to throw the football deep down the field. Keep that defense off balance.
Every play is huge now. 2nd down on the way. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Out of the shotgun. Long ball to Calvin Johnson. What a catch.
All right, let's hurry up.
Down at the 21. Now on
Let's go,
first
Calvin.
down, every snap crucial.
Need you one more time here, buddy boy.
Holding on to the timeout. They'll rush back to the line. 1st and 10.
Not enough in the end zone.
That is so tough to do. To be that close to these receivers and able to knock the pass down without getting a penalty. Good job.
I got some bad habits. The bad habits are always the most fun ones too, you know? Like,
2nd down.
Isn't that so sad? That like your worst habits are your most fun habits.
It would take a miracle to pull this one out. From the gun. He'll throw it over the middle.
So we have 2 timeouts.
Great play there for the touchdown, and that closes the gap. We got under 2 minutes to play.
Would love to have 3 timeouts. Would LOVETOYO.
The Giants now will tack on the extra point.
I don't think you
inside of the upright.
Onside kick, right? Like there's no way you can get an onside kick in this game.
The 49ers in kickoff return formation.
I don't think that's it. But,
this kick will stay on the ground, avoiding a big return. And he's tackled right at about the 28-yard line.
all right.
The 49ers come
So we're going to try and
starting
contain this whole thing.
at the 28. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time.
Dion. Did not expect a hit stick from Dion.
The clock in a hurry, trying to hold on to every precious second. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on 1st down. Split backfield here. Big motion, the receiver around to the other side. The give, middle. The tackle's made, and the 1st down is picked up.
The second half of a tight game, and you always hear this control the tempo of the game. Just
fullback inside, Rob Gronkowski.
Picked up the 1st down and just keep marching from here.
New set of downs now after picking up the 1st on the ground. Corners formation here for the defense. Handoff made. A tackle behind the line. The Giants will call for the timeout.
Lazy J, he wears, what kind of jeans does Mario wear? Denim, denim, denim. Denim, denim, denim.
2nd down following the run. Split backfield here. The wide receiver in motion. They'll run it here. That's Weddle making the stop.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense
Road Sodas
out.
with a
There's no
nice
doubt
jab
about
at the Patriots.
Nice job
That was a
on the offensive
deflating
line.
first down. 11 out of 12 of those, so we lose you the game.
Line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback.
Kill him.
Takes it again.
Take a timeout. Take a timeout. Take a timeout. All right, let's just review that game a little bit. I think this can actually help us. We didn't have a good day passing. I've seen the scheme before. I believe that scheme is in the winner's kit, actually. His defense, I believe, is in the winner's kit. Chris Johnson, the halfback, on a wheel route, motioned out. Richard Sherman, that's the good Sherman. He just pays too much attention to Gronk, even though Gronk has 3 guys on him, 2 guys on him. Can't recover. Man. Snuck it in. We punted. We made a bad read here. This is a good defense. He went man. We had the middle. We just went to the flat instead because that's what we do the first time because it's always open the first time. But that time it wasn't. So could have had an easy first down over the middle. That's the read. We just didn't make our second read. Our fault for sure. We did get a nice sack. He was rolling out pretty well. We kind of solved this formation, and it was more with containing the quarterback. This play hurts because he did he had done the screen pass before. Dion here is manned up. So he's manned up on the CB, or the halfback. And when he goes to break, he breaks towards the ball. He did this later in the game. He actually made the tackle on it, but I don't understand that right there. Like, just go to your home. Your home is on the defender. Got 10 in the third. I think we just chucked it deep or something. Oh, Chris Johnson broke a TD run. Chris Johnson. Yeah, the low curls were good. These low curls were pretty tough. We used this one okay with Taylor Mays. We just didn't. So what we did was we kind of watched the first route, and then we were going to sag off. We strafed. We just didn't get to where we needed to be. This one hurts. This toss play. So 24 gets cut. That's fine. But 21's going out to make the tackle. Should be unblocked, and he just falls over. Mays, same thing also. Just falls over. Hurts. Hurts. It hurts. This was a good pick. I felt like the read was okay. Kind of decided to stay in the pocket. Had slants. Hall, get there. There is depth there, especially with a lob throw. No CPU click on. Just Hall. Shorter. I mean, the ball somehow got underthrown a little bit, but it's not the best throw in the world. But I felt like with the right touch, that is completable. Might be. Did hit Calvin, did hit Gronk for a TD. Overall, couldn't get ball back. Gronk on the fullback inside. Too strong on the fullback inside. Once again, this is where we were using Vernon Davis last week, guys. We used Vernon Davis with 97 speed on this run. Mays. And guys, this is why you cannot have a low play rec player on your team not user controlled. Taylor Mays right here. He's in. Can't have it. I don't know if that's what caused that, but you can't. It just costs you too much. Costs you too much. Costs you the game. Overall, though, that guy was good. So that was a good opponent. We did get the 2 wins before that. Now we'll keep it going. The Ultimate Team Sherman Jazz. It's not the 24-hour. It's just the regular. He obviously got outran by Chris Johnson. So his speed's better, but I wish he did not pay attention to Gronk on that route. I mean, that is definitely a good route. That route's definitely designed to do that. That play concept, that's a really nice wheel route with the crosser. But when you go for the peak guys, like, you got to hope that I just didn't have my best game. 101. I mean, Dion's got 100 man, taking bad routes. I don't know if he's taking good routes for normal throws, but that just happens to be bad on this one. Like for a curl, like for an out, that might be a good angle. But it took Charles Woodson a while to play into my scheme. He took him some time, and maybe it'll take these guys some time. So I'm okay with it. I'm cool. That was good. Definitely got to get some, shout out to Mike J. I got to get some, I need to spend some of those coins for some items. Maybe get that cruise, maybe sell back that white. I'm not sure. Depends on what you're thinking. Kevin White played pretty well. It just all depends on the matchup, for real. So, all good. We're going to talk about lineup options in the game. Overall record's still strong. Never been demoted. We are at risk of getting demoted here, but overall record is still strong. Just got to keep it going. As we look, we've got, I think we won the Super Bowl last week. Still 100 games over 500, not at 50 losses yet. We won our last Super Bowl 11 in a row. Got to rally it back up. Got to rally the troops and get back in. All right, cool, boys. The Mariota took us out of our game, swapping playbooks. Hurt us, but we'll be back. Cool. All right. Until next time, guys, on This Week in Madden, which is next Wednesday, make sure to follow the stream. Once again, we go live each Wednesday at 8 o'clock. I'll let you know if there's going to be a stream next week, as I will be traveling a little bit. So, but there'll definitely be streams. Otherwise, if you yourself stream, if you like Jo or Hold Fast Hope, those guys, make sure to go to realgamer.com. Get some tips to learn how to grow your channels. What equipment do you need? How can you get people to show up? What games should you play? Will my friends think I'm weird? All those questions are answered at Real Gamer if those are things that you're struggling with as you get started with your own Twitch page or you're interested. Make sure to look into that. For the YouTube crowd, you guys are cool, but you'd be cooler if you were both on YouTube and on Twitch. So come on over to twitch.tv/MaddenTips, follow the channel, and I'm going to hang out in the chat and just answer some questions. So if you guys have questions in the chat, we'll do some lineup questions and break things down. So I'm going to stay in here for the next couple minutes, 10 minutes or so. We'll chat it up with the text chat, and I'll be back for Mutt Lunch. So if you guys want to hit us up on Twitter, all that jazz, you'll know when we go live. All right, dudes. Until next time, do not forget. Let's find the little Twitter bird. We're going to go full screen, even though I have a sweat mustache. For the YouTube crowd, you're out. For the Twitchers, we'll see you next time. Stay hungry out there. Lock up. Let's meet in the chat and chat. Cool.